राम, वेलकम एवरीबॉडी टू भारत मार्ग। स्वागत आपके लिए। विनय जी हमारा साथ पॉलिटिकल एनालिस्ट हैं, विनय जी, उनके लिए भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत। दोस्तों, आज हमारा चर्चा होगा जगमीत सिंह किस गुड बाय जस्टिन ट्रूडो, डिवर्स्ड अगेन। ओके, दिस इज द टॉपिक वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस। ओके, खालिस्तानी जगमीत सिंह चुम्मा, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, ओके, तलाक, फिर दोबारा तलाक। ओके, इसके बारे में चर्चा होगा। आप जरूर देखें क्या क्या होगा कनाडा के लिए। क्या सरकार गिरेगी या ये नाटकबाजी जो जगमीत करता है। जब तक मलाई खाना है, दे बोथ, it is like it is called as baking the cake and eating it too. इसने पूरा इमरजेंसी लगाया, लोगों को पैसा चुराया, ये लोग दोनों इकट्ठा सब कुछ किए। अब ये नाटकबाजी क्या इससे लोगों को भ्रमित कर पाएगा, ये मेरा बहुत बड़ा सवाल है विनय जी से। उसके चालू करने के पहले दोस्तों, प्लीज मेक श्योर टू लाइक द वीडियो, कमेंट ऑन द वीडियो, शेयर द वीडियो। जितना भी ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक आप पहुंच पाएंगे, प्लीज शेयर द वीडियो, क्योंकि हमारा पक्ष हमें रखना चाहिए। ओके, इसके लिए आपका मदद हमें चाहिए दोस्तों। इसके अलावा ये चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, बेल बटन दबाएं और हमसे जुड़े रहें। ओके, ये हमारा बहुत सारा सर्विस वर्क भी चालू होता है दोस्तों। हमारा संस्कृत टीचिंग है, फ्री में चलती है। वैदिक मैथमेटिक्स वी टीच यू फॉर फ्री, and matrimonial board we have started. You can now register for free. All we take donations, दान we accept, but no चार्ज दोस्तों। और जो भी आपको हमारा सर्विस में पसंद है, आप हमें संपर्क कर सकते हैं। इसके अलावा दोस्तों, हमारा हर दिन का एक धार्मिक मैसेज भी आती है। एवरी डे यू गेट वन धार्मिक मैसेज इन मल्टीपल लैंग्वेज, गोस अराउंड द वर्ल्ड। ऑल यू हैव टू डू इज सेंड अस अ व्हाट्सएप टू +1 647964 4790 and stay connected with us to get our WhatsApp message. Okay, and also we are involved in Gau Seva, Gaudan, Anna Seva, Annadan. Okay, and if you think we are doing a good job on Dharma Prachar, you can support us by sharing the video and also by donating us by going to bharatmarg.com and pressing donate now button, and also by sending a WhatsApp to us in the given WhatsApp number. Okay, थैंक यू अगेन। एंड विनय जी, जय श्री कृष्णा, स्वागत हम आपके लिए।
थैंक यू।
ओके, ये बेचारा ये तो अभी भी डिवोर्स से बाहर आया, जस्टिन ट्रूडो। अब अपना जो खालिस्तानी जगमीत है, इसने भी उसको किस गुड बाय कर दिया। ये क्या है?
I don't know where to start. Let me start off with a comment in Toronto Star that came out right after Jagmeet Singh announced.
This is very bad. Even Toronto Star जैसा उनका चले चपटे भी कमेंट करने को चालू हो गए।
Yeah. I mean, like the funny thing is, I mean, a lot of newspapers are kind of, I should say, I won't say newspapers, but I would say media houses are very kind of liberal centered. Okay, so they prefer to talk in favor of the liberals, the Trudeau, and all of them. So so that's why things are kind of going to take a nasty turn, I would say, very soon. But the end of the day, with the NDP withdrawing their support, I should say, withdrawing their support from their frenemy. You know what's a frenemy, right? A friend and an enemy. So sometimes they are friends, sometimes they're enemies. So frenemy, the liberal Trudeau government, it kind of puts you into a kind of a thought process as to, is this really true, or is this something that the NDP is playing up? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
the NDP right now has about 24 seats, if I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
in the government, and and that is going to reduce quite a bit from what Toronto Star is saying. After this, once the elections happen next year, and that's going to be a new target, I would say, that Toronto Star is setting for NDP. So when I say half, or when
व्हाट डू
they
यू मीन
say
बाय
half,
क्या 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 टारगेट सेट कर रहे हैं? मतलब एनडीपी के लिए और भी कम होगा, 24 से और कम होगा?
exactly, that's basically what they're saying, right? So NDP has got 24, Liberals have got 156, Conservatives have got 118, and Bloc Quebecois has 32. Okay, so basically, for NDP, to kind of continue surviving under Jagmeet Singh, the trend is going to start going down and down. And just a few days ago, the popularity voting, I think it was Ipsos, I'm not sure. One of them announced that Jagmeet Singh popularity rating has reduced by another 5% or something like that. So he's on a downward trend, and I think the party leadership in
नहीं नहीं, बट इज ही इज हैविंग अ स्ट्रांग, उसका तो खालिस्तानियों का समर्थन तो बहुत है.
no, that is right. And then he's also a smart guy. It looks like what he's been doing is he's introducing these Khalistani people, or Khalistani supporters, and Khalistani
गैंग.
empathizers into the NDP caucus. Okay, so what does that mean? When these guys come into the NDP caucus, they will continue voting for Jagmeet Singh to be their leader. Okay, because every few years you got to go for the leadership voting, and then you got to have the caucus support to make sure that you
If
are.
not him, later also there will be a strong Khalistani
Yeah,
leadership.
NDP is pretty much turning into a Khalistani party. Okay,
Mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if very soon they will rename themselves as the from NDP to KDP, so Khalistan Democratic Party. Okay,
नहीं नहीं नहीं, no democracy in Khalistani.
no, I mean
Khalistan,
something just to
Khalistan,
rename themselves, right?
Khalistan Development Party, Khalistan Development Party.
Whatever. Okay, so that's probably how it's going to turn out. And this is what is happening. And even uh, the funny thing is, like, Canadians have kind of been patient with the minority government led by Trudeau, supported by Jagmeet Singh's NDP. And I think it's a matter of now days, weeks, maybe months before the elections are called. Okay, so what NDP is saying is, we are going to vote against any bill, or even the big one that is coming up is the budget, right? So the budget is
See,
coming up, I
but
believe,
but
in
but
March.
there is a
Mhm.
big question, Vinay ji. Okay, these guys together ate the malai. ये तो दोनों बैठ के मलाई खाए, इमरजेंसी लगाए, लोगों का पॉकेट काटे, जेब काटे, हैं? ये तो पूरा अत्याचार फैलाए, दोनों बैठ के टुगेदर कनाडा में, हैं? अब क्या इसके ऊपर भरोसा करेंगे? क्या गोरे इतना बुद्धू है क्या इसके ऊपर भरोसा करके एनडीपी को वोट देने के लिए?
Yeah,
या सबको पता है कि ये ड्रामा कर रहा है?
exactly. I mean, like, the funny thing is, these guys have been frenemies, like I said, friends when it's convenient, enemies when it's not, and things like that. And I mean, nobody is trusting this guy. Okay, So Jagmeet Singh can Polivier was laughing when this happened, and he basically said, let's wait and see when a bill is passed by the Liberal government whether NDP is going to vote for or against. Okay, and you will see that the Liberal government is may or may not introduce some serious bills between now and the budget, but the budget has to be introduced. That's I believe it's in March or April of 2025, and
That's a long way.
that's a huge thing, because if the budget doesn't pass, then guess what? The government will fall. Okay, so and then Trudeau doesn't have enough enough MPs in the in the parliament to vote for for the budget, because
Okay.
he's got 156 out of the 338. So for the 338, you need 100 and what is that? 50 plus 19, 169. So he needs 169 MPs at the minimum, or 170, I should say, to pass the budget. But it's not going to happen. So and then you know what? NDP Jagmeet Singh is also extremely smart, because he knows that this government somehow is going to limp along, and maybe he's going to vote for the smaller bills and say, oh, this is a small bill, and NDP was always in favor of this kind of stuff, so they'll vote for it. But they'll wait till the March April budget. Okay, but before that they have an agenda. NDP's Jagmeet Singh will be eligible for $2.5 million of pension once he crosses February in the parliament as an MP. If he survives and he is able to cross February timeline 2025, he will be drawing a $2.5 million of taxpayers' money every year as his pension
For his rest of his life.
for the rest of his life,
But
which is significant, actually.
okay, that is fine. But Pulavier will not also call for show of strength, doesn't he?
No. See, the show of strength will only come up when there's a bill or there is a
You cannot you cannot say no confidence motion.
no confidence motion may come up only if there is a reason for it, right? Like, you can't just
The reason is the minority government. The partner says no.
because
Whatever will happen.
the speaker may deny it, because he'll ask what's the reason for it. So the speaker is obviously a liberal, right? So
But will he ask for it?
he may ask for it. He may
और
try.
और ये भी हो सकता है कि पुलिवियर को ऐसा लगेगा कि हम तैयार नहीं है और 4-5 महीने में भी मिल गया तो अच्छा है.
No. This is the fact of the matter is, Pierre Poilievre today is commanding a lot of popularity. Okay, today would be the best day for him to go for elections, because between now and 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, whatever, technically the elections are scheduled to happen fall of next year, which is it's one more year, 12 more months of liberal government. Okay, that is official. Okay, but because NDP withdrew the support, the elections are bound to happen sooner. But the earliest it may happen is, my feeling is, between March and April. They may call for the elections, and the elections may actually happen maybe in May, June, or whatever. Okay, so because that is when the government may fall. So between now and February, somehow Jagmeet Singh wants to survive. Okay, for the next 5 months. The reason he withdrew the support, okay, let's talk about that. The reason he withdrew the support is because, the grocery prices started going up. He faced the parliamentary committee. He kind of created a scene where, I spoke with the Loblaw CEO and all of that, and blah blah blah, and they are not at fault, and blah blah blah, and whatever, right? But end of the day, the reason is because the unions and the blue collar workers, and the unaffordable housing, the soaring grocery prices, These are all the factors why NDP is trying to withdrew the support, because they want to regain the support of the unions. They want to regain the support of the blue collar workers, and then they want to see if
इतना दिन तो मलाई खा लिए,
yeah,
इतना दिन तो मलाई खा लिए.
right, their popularity is reduced because of soaring grocery prices, unaffordable housing, and because NDP was supporting the liberals, they are blaming both the parties for all of the disaster.
So what do you think now? Now he will able to gain the popularity now again back, or what do you think? People will not trust him. Where do you see?
Okay, they are down in the dumps, NDP. Okay, so the popularity of Trudeau and conservatives and NDP have just been announced. Okay, just like the liberals were down to 24%, and it's actually even further down actually now, because the statistics is from a few weeks ago, and then NDP's was at 18%, and the Green Party was at 4%. And the biggest jump, like I said, if today elections were to be held, conservatives would sweep the elections. The reason why I'm saying is because every popularity, the survey that has been conducted by, whether it's Abacus, whether it's Angus Reid, or Ipsos, or any of those, right? So these statistics are pretty self-explanatory. They are around 42 to 44%, which is about 20 points lead over the liberals. Okay, now coming to NDP, they are even worse than the liberals, and there is no way they can come up from. It's not like a falcon, right? A falcon came from the ashes, and it went up, and it regained its life or whatever. That's not going to happen for NDP. They are going to stay down in the dumps and in the ashes, and especially till NDP decides to change the leadership, which they have to.
But they cannot, because a lot of Khalistanis are inside, as you said
No,
before.
a lot of Khalistanis are there.
Maybe his brother will become the leader.
But right now,
Maybe his brother will become the leader.
Yeah, but the Khalistanis are not in majority in the NDP caucus, right? The NDP caucus is still, you got a white.
It's not fully hijacked.
No, it's not fully hijacked. So I think these people have been enamored by by Jagmeet Singh, the people in the caucus that are non-Khalistanis, and they're kind of thinking, oh, Jagmeet Singh is the man and whatever. But once they kind of start changing their thinking, changing their mind, then
after the election only, but it's not going to happen before
probably,
the election.
yes, probably after the elections. Yeah, you're right. Probably after the elections, they may call an emergency meeting, and they may say, okay, you know what, we are going to change the leadership.
And also, you correct me if I am wrong. Okay, मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि जस्टिन ट्रूडो का गवर्नमेंट जो है गिरेगी नहीं. By March, April, before the budget, he will dissolve it.
I think that's what I just told you, right? Like, for the biggest hindrance that is going to be for the liberals is the budget, which is happening in March.
तो उसके पहले वो खुद dissolve कर देंगे ना.
If see, okay, a couple of days ago, Trudeau was at addressing a steelworkers union. Okay, and when he was there, the question came up. One of the media persons asked him, "Hey, what do you think about NDP withdrawing the support?" And you know what he said? Oh, you know what? I'm totally away from politics. I don't want to speak politics because my only aim is objective is to develop Canada, to put money on Canadian citizens' plate, and to kind of reduce inflation, to reduce the interest rate. I want to create affordable housing. I want to create offer free dentist whatever visits and blah 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 blah. And then one guy approached him, and immediately Trudeau said, "Hey, I've got some donuts for you. Why don't you go and get some donuts?" The guy said, "I don't want your donuts. I want to know what your plan is. Why are you not stepping down? What are your plans for inflation and the soaring grocery prices?" This guy was, "Oh, do you have a dentist plan?" "Of course I do, buddy. I have a dentist, dental plan, but who cares about that?" And Trudeau went on and, "Oh yeah, your dental plan and blah." Well, you just stop talking about BS. Talk about the soaring grocery prices, so, unaffordable housing. What are you doing about that? And Trudeau had no answers, and this guy just walked away.
But now the interest rate has been reduced.
It has been reduced by 75 basis points. Okay, in the
That's a
last.
lot.
It's not a lot. You know how much they increased, right? They increased it quite a bit. They increased it like quite a bit. Okay. And now to come back to where it was, even the economists are saying that it may take more than about maybe even 2 years before it comes back to where it was, or even closer to where it was. But Trudeau's plan is, during the election campaign, he will come up with a manifesto that'll say, "Oh, the interest rates are at this point right now. Now, my plan is, once you vote me back into power, I'm going to start reducing the interest rate." So this is again dangling a carrot for the voters, and some of the voters will be enamored, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, sure, yeah, Trudeau is pretty
Means,
good." So we'll
what do
vote
you
for
mean
him.
by enameled? Can you say in a language that guys like me can understand? You
Oh,
mean
when
stupid?
what I mean is,
Stupid?
they'll get carried away.
Acha.
They'll
That's a
be,
diplomatic way of saying, eh?
yeah,
Okay, I'm learning. Okay, enamel.
yeah,
I say stupid.
enamored.
Okay.
Yeah,
I say go for a simple words like stupid.
right.
You know, but anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. So how do you see this drama? How do you think the people are reacting to this drama?
People know. Okay, listen. People are aware of what Singh has been playing, and Singh has tried different things to get all kinds of different concessions. He even fought for his own Khalistani friends. All the student protests that were going on. He tried liberals to
In the
kind of.
grocery board, his brother is there. That was hidden before.
Right, and then he also made sure that Trudeau makes this bold announcement in the parliament about Nijjar's killing, that India was involved. All this was driven by, Jagmeet Singh, and Singh was actually the puppeteer, and the puppeteer and liberal leader Mr. Trudeau was just a puppet, right, dancing to his tunes. And now people have seen all of that, and they have realized that both Singh and Trudeau are a bane to this country, bane to the existence of this country. So they need to go.
Bunch of jokers. We are electing NDP. Another joke. You know, point of view, commenting. Hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, so this is interesting where people means the real core union based blue collar base. Do you think वो एनडीपी के साथ रहेंगे या छोड़ के चले जाएंगे इस बार?
See, the thing is, what I just told you, that the Toronto Star is predicting that the NDP is going to lose half of its 24 seats. And if that happens, the NDP's strength in the parliament is going to go down to 12. And that is bound to happen. And because this elections, I don't know if you remember when Liberal government was in Ontario, provincial level, right? They were in power for more than 3 terms. Okay, and under McGuinty, Dalton McGuinty, under another lady that and these people ruled the Ontario government for over 12 years. Okay, the people were so frustrated because they had huge scandals, huge, like corruption was at its peak. And I would say Lalu Prasad Yadav in India, what is his name, Kejriwal in Delhi, these people will be put to shame actually when you compare them to the likes of Dalton McGuinty and so on. And despite that, no allegations against them. They are still enjoying, their freedom, and they've made so much money that they're good for at least about 20 or 30 generations down the road. And that's the amount of money liberals
and and
think.
one more question, विनय जी, ये जो ये लोग जब इमरजेंसी लेके आए, both जगमीत and ये जो जस्टिन ट्रूडो put together, they brought the emergency and पूरा जेब काट के पूरा बैंक से पैसा उतारे, सबका नंगा किए बिल्कुल, monitoring the social media, everything, sending police to the, क्या ये लोगों को याद होगा या भूल जाएंगे?
No. See, people's memory, people say, I mean, like the general thing is that, oh, yeah, people's memory is short, right? But these are things that people remember. Okay. There are organizations that are still fighting in the court to get out of this whole mess that they were brought into, because liberal government and NDP/NDP government, they charged innocent people, during emergency. They freeze their bank accounts, and they did a whole bunch of things that are uncalled for. Like, oh, for what? For a peaceful protest that was going
And
on.
all in the name of democratic country.
Exactly.
That's the biggest joke.
I mean, like, if there were protests where people were throwing stones at buildings, destroying people, killing people, going on riots and stuff like that, I totally understand emergency is definitely required. But here, these people were sitting in their trucks, and it was peak winter as well.
With
And
their
they were
wives
just
and
partying.
children.
Many of them brought their kids as well to the scene.
Yeah.
And this is how the liberals reacted. So people's memory is definitely not short. I mean, these are things that people will remember when voting in the next elections. But what I was just going to point out was, when all these, in the provincial level, when all these level things happened, Conservative Party under the leadership of Doug Ford was voted back, and guess what, they won. Liberals were completely swept, like wiped out, right? I mean, sorry, conservatives swept the elections. Liberals were wiped out of the elections. They only won 6 seats in the parliament, in the provincial parliament. So my feeling is, after 12 years, after 3 terms of Trudeau and the liberal havoc that
NDP.
that they've created, conservatives are going to sweep the elections in a similar way. NDP may be wiped out of the of the map, and maybe even Green Party may keep 1 or 2 seats, and liberals may also be wiped out. So my feeling is, these guys will enjoy more than 2/3 of majority in the parliament.
Absolutely. My last question to you, विनय जी, ये दोनों मिलके, ये जो जगमीत खालिस्तानी है, जगमीत और जस्टिन ट्रूडो, ये दोनों मिलके ये जो कनाडा में पूरा ये जो हल्ला बजाए, कार थेफ्ट 200-300% आप, ये जो वो इन्फ्लेशन को छोड़ो, कार थेफ्ट हो गया, क्राइम्स हो गया, डोर ब्रेक इन हो गया, घर में सब 200-300% आप, इसका क्या असर पड़ेगा? ये अपने आप को अलग करने से ये बच जाएगा?
Like, what do you mean?
The crime rate in Canada has drastically increased, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, see, every aspect is, I would blame the liberal government for bringing in for bad immigration policies, for
मगर ये दोनों तो मिलके ही किए थे, दोनों.
yeah, absolutely.
मगर इसमें फंसने वाले ज्यादातर क्रिमिनल कौन है? हम बता नहीं पाएंगे. Then
I mean, like,
they may hide the name, they may hide the identity, but people know who they are.
No, because you know what? End of the day, in Canada, like, things don't happen the way it happens in some other countries, right? Where once the elections happens, once the new government comes, then they will actually probably get a retired judge or somebody to investigate the whole corruption and the bad policies that they brought in during the previous government and all of that. And things will come out. But in Canada, that I've not seen that happen. So when a new government comes, the old government is just kind of goes into
Oblivion.
vacation or whatever, right? So a sabbatical, you can call it. And so that's basically what happens. But people remember things, and I all this stuff that is happening, whether the crime rate, whether the car thefts, whether the the screwed up immigration policies, and all of that is going to stop, because I'm hoping that under the new government, conservative government, as Pierre Poilievre has promised, hopefully things will go back to where Canada was before. But again, I'm not
It's going to take a very, very difficult.
yeah,
It is going to take one of the strongest leaders to
exactly,
turn around, but we
exactly.
don't know how it is. But let's talk, okay? But it was great having you, Vinayji, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Till then, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram. Thank you for pouring your heart. Appreciate it, friends. Do let us know what is your thought. Do you agree with Vinayji or not? Do comment and let us know.